So version 2.2 is finally here, and I finally had the chance to actually sit down and play the main story quest and also play a lot of version 2.2 as a whole. And in this video, I just wanted to give my overall thoughts on the update in general, including the story, including the exploration, all of the map stuff and everything like that, and just give my full thoughts on whether this update was actually a good one or if there's a lot of stuff that Kuro Games could be improving as well. Again, I'll be going through everything you need to know really, including the positives and also the negatives of this update, and also what we could be seeing in the future in terms of, future Wuthering Waves updates. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to GameStop, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there, so I definitely recommend going over there and checking out their stuff. And yeah, let's get back into the video. Okay, so this is another rare CASA video of me actually playing the game, and honestly, it's been really good. Now, obviously, this is the new map. I've barely managed to explore much of it because, again, I was so locked into the main story quest, I focused on getting that done, but I did have a little bit of a look around, and also I went around farming stuff for my Cantarella, and overall, it has been a really fun time. I think the exploration of the game has been really great, and I think they've really cooked on terms of the visuals and just the overall design of this area. You can see here, like, even all of these shooting star types things, coming over, and just the visuals in general have been absolutely insane. And this has also been further enhanced by a lot of the color correction changes that you can actually do in the game. A lot of people weren't looking forward to them as much because, again, it made the game look kind of bad. But actually, once you go in and actually customize it and use the feature, it's actually really good, and tons of people have managed to make their game look even better than, it currently is. And even at default settings, which I've been playing on, and this is still at default settings, it's still looking absolutely amazing, which again, is just a massive bonus for Wuthering Waves, as I would like to say they are the gacha game of good visuals at this point. But let's start off with what I would consider the kind of meat of this update, which would be the main story quest. Now, I have a lot of kind of thoughts about this because honestly, I thought it was really good. If I was to give it a rating in terms of gacha game stories that I've played, I'll probably give it around an 8.5 or a 9 in terms of gacha games. In terms of stories overall, it'll probably go down to probably about an 8, 7.5 kind of area. I thought it was really good, and I honestly really enjoyed pretty much everything around it. For example, the storyline itself had me locked in from the start. I feel like there was a little bit in the middle where, we were doing some exploration stuff and fighting some enemies where I did kind of lose track of my focus, but honestly, I think that's just me. But the beginning and the end actually hit really hard for me, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, it was one of the best stories I think I've seen Wuthering Waves do in a long time, which is just a testament to how good rinascita has actually been at the moment, and honestly, I just can't wait to see even more stuff coming out like this. And obviously, I really loved a lot of the themes that were actually going on in the story. For example, the like religious themes and the royalty kind of themes. That is something that I'm actually surprisingly super interested in. And, having this included in Wuthering Waves were actually really interesting. And it was really interesting to see a lot of stuff to do with the Blessed Maiden and even more lore about the Order and everything like that and who they're worshipping. And, it was just very interesting overall, which is one of the main reasons why I was so locked into the story for such a long period of time. And then obviously in terms of the characters, the voices of the characters and the overall kind of dynamic of the characters were great. Obviously we got Cantarella here, who looks absolutely amazing, and she's one of the first characters we kind of meet along the way. We also had other characters like Chikona, I think that's how you say her name. Obviously, she looked absolutely amazing. She's very interesting. She has like a kind of time skill where she could like go back and recreate events, which I think would be really cool for character design purposes, because obviously it looks like she's going to be a playable character in the future. I'm wondering whether she's going to be able to do something with time or something with the past in her kit, which honestly I think would look very cool, and I can't wait to see what Kuro Games can kind of cook up with that. But also other characters as well, like Fleur de Lis, and also the other half of Fleur de Lis being Cartethia, with some really amazing characters. And honestly, I really enjoyed the dynamic of Cartethia and also Rover, because again, it was just really great, and I really liked how, they didn't go full Gathering Wives, but they did go a little bit of Gathering Wives, There was a little bit of kind of aspects in there which, made people think, okay, there's something going on, but, even Rover was a little bit more mature this time, which honestly I really liked, and I think that really benefited to a lot of the story and a lot of the storytelling as a whole, because it didn't really distract you in terms of like, oh god, we've got another character falling for Rover type situation, which honestly can get pretty repetitive after some time. And also my final point for the kind of story side of things, I think the Cantarella / like Phasalia family lore looks really cool. I'm still yet to play her story quest, so again, I'm very excited to get into that. I'll probably play it today or maybe even tomorrow to actually get a look at, you know, what the Phasalia family is really like, because again, I really enjoy like finding out more about the deeper lore about this kind of stuff. Although I'm not technically like a lore creator, it still does very much interest me, and I like to make a lot of shorts on fun facts about, you know, the Phasalia family and stuff. And I feel like this quest, and also potentially, you know, the other Cantarella quest that I need to play, will actually kind of benefit that and benefit to even more Phasalia family lore, which honestly is very exciting to me. And now obviously, if I talk about gameplay and everything like that, one thing that I really enjoyed as well was the overall design of the areas. Now obviously this design in the overworld wasn't as good, but actually inside the Avenolium was actually really fun, especially with a lot of the kind of gravity features. They do feature that quite a bit in the main story quest and teach you how to use it. I felt like it was just super enjoyable, and the exploration is actually something you want to do, especially with the flying. You know, even to this day, flying helps you out so much, and it makes you want to explore even more. I have had, you know, periods even in this exploration kind of thing being like, oh, I don't really want to travel that far, and then I remember, oh wait, I can just fly there, which honestly is absolutely amazing. And the quality of life in terms of exploration has been really good, and has really helped out in terms of, you know, places like this as well. They just keep adding to make these quality of life improvements just better. And you know, another thing that was really good was Cantarella herself as a character. You know, her playable character is super fun. I really love her abilities. I know obviously she's not the best in terms of damage, and I, you know, I understand that, and that maybe she might be a character for the future in terms of like how she synergizes with other characters, but in terms of her skills and stuff, and the way that she's able to juggle kind of you know, things in the air like that, it's honestly amazing. And I honestly didn't really expect that, and I'm really excited to see what other kind of characters, you know, Kuro Games can cook up that have similar mechanics to that, because it's almost like fighting game mechanics, you know, keeping people in the air and keeping them up, because again, they were literally just kind of like floating in the air while you're dealing damage, which I thought was a very unique way of kind of just doing things, especially in terms of Wuthering Waves characters. So I'm really hoping to see even more creative approaches to characters like that in the future, and that's one of the main reasons why I pulled for Cantarella, you know, apart from her design, is her actual gameplay is just fun. You know, I know it's not like doing a ton of damage, but it's still fun, and I still really enjoy it. And finally, we've got to look at some of the new echoes as well coming to the game. I thought they were really cool. Most of them are kind of in this new Avenolium place. As you can see here, it looks absolutely amazing. Now obviously, yeah, all of these echoes are mainly like kind of religion kind of based, and I really love the design. You can see here they got these kind of halos on them, which I thought was really cool and unique, and there's even more of them which are kind of like, you know, religious, and I thought that was like a very cool look that they kind of added to the game, as well as some of the kind of cute and funny ones being the little drakes, the little dragon things that kind of fly about and try to hurt you too, which again I thought was really cute and added like a different kind of aspect to the game as well. So honestly, I am very happy with a lot of the updates that have been going on in this game overall. Yeah, in terms of this update, obviously this is a shorter update as well to make room for the anniversary. I honestly have really enjoyed it, and I would give it, you know, overall about a 9 out of 10, maybe an 8.5 out of 10, because again, the exploration and everything is great, the map is great, the story is great, the characters are great. You know, I don't think there's really much else they can improve on. So again, I really think this is just a really good direction that, you know, Kuro Games are taking, and I'm very excited to see what's going to be happening in the anniversary event, which is next update. And not to mention the amount of asteroid and also rewards we've been getting in this game as well, especially in this update for just such a short period of time. Honestly, it's been great, and I feel like a lot of free-to-play players are winning, and you know, they're going to be able to save up for Zany or some of the future characters that might be coming out in the anniversary or even later on much easier, because again, I think it was like a total of 101 pulls if you get the subscription as well, which honestly I think is absolutely amazing. I think it's like 83 if you're free to play, which is almost an entire character. So I'm very excited to see, you know, what they can kind of cook up in the future. And yeah, this update has just brought a lot of kind of hope to Wuthering Waves, and a lot of hope to, you know, future updates that they will continue to improve, and that rinascita 2.0 wasn't just a one-off. They've actually kind of stepped up every single time, which has been really great. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this update. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys not like it? Were there some aspects that you prefer more than others? Again, let me know down in the comments, and I will definitely maybe go through them in a video and actually talk about, you know, what the actual users feedback is from this kind of stuff. So that's what I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So see ya.